Hello, everyone. Once a monk decided to meditate alone at a lonely place. He left his monastery and went to the shore of a lake. He took his boat and went to the middle of the lake. After going to the middle of the lake, he stopped his boat and anchored it there. After that, he closed his eyes and began his meditation. The weather was very pleasant. A mild cold wind was blowing. There was peace all around. Slowly and slowly, the mind of the monk began to calm down. After a few hours of undisturbed silence, he suddenly felt the bump of another boat colliding with his arm. With his eyes still closed, he sensed his anger rising. He was trying to keep control on his anger. Just then, he again felt the bump of another boat colliding with his boat. Now his anger is to speak. He was ready to open his eyes and scream at the boatman, who dared to disturb his meditation. But when he opened his eyes, he saw that it was an empty boat that had probably gotten anchored and floated to the middle of the lake. For a few moments, he kept looking speechless. Just then, a ray of knowledge arose in his mind. He understood that the anger is within him, merely needs the bump of an external object to provoke it out of him. At that moment, the monk achieved self-realization. And from then on, whenever he comes across someone who irritates him or provokes him to anger, he reminds himself that the other person is merely an empty board. The anger is within him. If we see in our lives, we will find that often people think that outside circumstances are responsible to make them angry. But the truth is that no external situation can arouse anger in us. They just act like an empty boat, which brings out the anger within us. No matter how favorable the external circumstances may be to us, our inner anger will not end until we learn to control our anger. We may live in very unfavorable situations. The favorable or unfavorable circumstances are not in our control. But whether to be affected or not by those circumstances, it is in our control. To be angry or not to be angry is in our hands. At the time of anger, we should think with a calm mind that getting angry does not solve a problem. Rather, it complicates the problem further. Therefore, whenever anger comes, understand that some situation has arisen, like a boat that is taking out the anger inside you. Be careful at that time. Keep your mouth closed for some time. Focus your attention on your breath for a while, and you will find that after some time your anger will subside and you will move forward on the road to peace. You